if we go to her videos, right, and we go to latest, there is, look, as I'm recording this, they're all gone now. That's crazy, actually. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. All right, so it seems the inevitable has kind of happened. Our co-host, Amberlynn Reid, seems has officially been demonetized on YouTube. This is coming from Amberlynn. I can't really even show you guys this live stream because YouTube is being very strict with Amberlynn Reid content. And it seems like if you even show her any sort of video with her in it, your video gets demonetized, because actually my last video, this one right here, where I was talking about the previous situation, this video, as you can see right here, this little disclaimer, I think this disclaimer, if you see this on anyone's video where they're talking about ALR, that video has been taken away, demonetized. So, You're Not Alone, National Alliance for EDs, and it talks about that. So I think if you see that, probably a pretty good sign that video has been strucken down by the YouTube gods. But Amberlynn actually went on a live stream, this one right here, where it's titled End of an Era, and it's about 47 minutes long. Obviously, we can't go over it. I implore you to go check it out yourself. Sadly, I'm not going to link it in the description of this video, but I'm sure you can figure out how to type that into the search bar and figure it out for yourself. But in this video, in this live stream, she is kind of talking about the fact that she has been, YouTube has demonetized her. Her channel is, basically she can't make any money on the channel as of right now, and things are real. Like if we go to Amberlynn Social Blade here, and we look at her channel over the past month or so, this is when everything kind of started. When my first video, when I was talking about the demonetization stuff came up, there was 16, 11 videos deleted. This is the videos tab. But if we go to today, 2,354 videos have been deleted. I don't think that is, Amberlynn going through herself. I don't know exactly. Maybe it is. But the vast majority of her videos have been deleted, and I think even more have been deleted since I looked this up, because right here it says 344 videos are left. If we go to her channel, there's only 286 videos on the channel now. And so, there's a lot of stuff going on in the in the live stream where Amberlynn is talking about this. She is obviously very, very sad. She is very upset about the fact that this happened, and from what I can tell, it seems that I'm deducing this from this video right here. This is based on the TOS stuff that I was talking about in the last video with the ED stuff. And you have to be very careful. I think that anyone that is making content based around food, you're going to want to be very careful, especially if you're someone that was making content based around eating significant portions of food. You might want to be careful. I think Hungry Fat Chick comes to mind, and just other channels like that. Amberlynn is obviously very distraught over this, and she's, very, very upset. To an extent, I can understand the frustration that she might feel, but at the same time, a lot of people have been warning her about this fact, and this was something that could happen, and Amberlynn always kind of brushed it off and played it off, and it was very, people would say smuggling. She was very smug about it, and basically said it seemed like she felt that she was untouchable. And so I think the fact that she, in that live stream that she did, kind of claiming, hey, I can't make videos anymore, she basically says that she has no money saved up at all. She, the only money that she had saved, she is going to be giving it to taxes, and so that's she has no money. And then it's just, it felt a little icky, because then she starts bringing up the fact that her dog Twinkie is going to be getting some sort of surgery, and she had to have her mom and her grandma pay for it. And then she starts again advertising her Cash App, asking people to send her money, as well as the Cameo. She says that she has some sort of discount on that, so she's trying to make that cheaper. And obviously I feel bad for someone losing their job, right? Because that's technically kind of what is happening here, is Amberlynn has lost her job. But at the same time, this has been something that people have been saying, hey, you need to switch up your content, or you need to change what you are doing, because what you are doing is technically against this TOS, right? And I think Amberlynn just kind of kept pushing through it, and she wasn't actually getting in trouble. So she figured, well, I'm kind of above the law. And it's just, strange to me considering she knew the type of following that she had and the amount that they would be willing to go to, you know, even just kind of cause a rise in her. And so I think like what she's claiming, this mass reporting, I can't say that I am that surprised that that happened. Is it a good thing that happened? I don't really know. I think that that's a whole nother conversation. You know, this is something that I've talked about a long time, and I'm genuinely surprised to see YouTube actually, it seems, take some sort of stance on this, because I've always said with mukbang stuff, I've always been in the camp that, you know, it's definitely not content that I enjoy watching, not something that I think is the most useful stuff. But at the same time, demonetizing people because they are eating on camera is a slippery slope. And it seems that, you know, Amberlynn kind of slipped down that slope. And YouTube has kind of decided that they are going to make a decision and stick to it. So Amberlynn, in her live stream, she talks about the fact that she did appeal the decision, and then they came back and said, no, that we are going to stick to this, and this is what we think is right. And I mean, I do think that there is a chance for her to come back after a few months. I think that there's a way that you can kind of like reapply for basically for the partnership program. That is how you make money on YouTube. And I'm almost positive that it is something that she will be doing. But, you know, there are other people that have been hit by this too. There's another YouTuber named Tammy Lemon who, not similar to Amberlynn Reid, but, you know, a larger individual that would do videos kind of talking about food and eating food and stuff like that. They got their channel completely taken away as well, and they're kind of in the same boat. And so it seems that YouTube is kind of taking a stance on this. And so I think, you know, it's interesting because it does kind of feel like the end of an era. I am curious to see what channels that kind of specifically focus on Amberlynn Reid are going to do. Obviously, I am a channel that has talked about her quite a bit. So, you know, this means that I won't be talking about Amberlynn. It's not the end of the world. It's probably better for my mental health to move on from this and do other things. But I'm curious about the channels that kind of almost exist solely to talk about that one person, like what their move forward will be. I am curious about that. But then also, I'm more curious about Amberlynn Reid herself and what she is going to do. I don't know. There's obviously tons of different ways that Amberlynn could make money online. There's Patreon, right? There's Schmonly Schmans, which maybe, you know, you never know. There is, you know, there's tons of different video platforms that you could post your videos on and maybe charge a small fee for people to watch. I don't know if that's going to be as lucrative as YouTube probably has been for her over the years, because with YouTube, you know, she was able to basically make money on anyone watching her videos, right? And let's be real, a lot of the people that were watching her videos were watching because they were enjoying the train wreck instead of watching because they were fans of hers. I know that Amberlynn does have, you know, some legit fans, and so maybe those people will support her. I think that she might have to be a little bit more creative about ways to monetize whatever it is she does online, because with YouTube, it's pretty simple. You post a video, and if people watch it, bam, there you go. You get that ad revenue, right? But there are ways for her to go about this. But I do think that this could be a positive in Amberlynn's life as far as trying to really have a big change, right? And I hope that big change is finally nailing down diet, exercise, movement, taking care of her health, right? Her physical health. I think that this could be a moment of change for that, because I think with YouTube and how simple and easy it has been, especially over the last few months, because as we know, the past like 5 or 6 months, Amberlynn hasn't uploaded a single video. If we go to her videos, right, and we go to latest, there is, look, as I'm recording this, they're all gone now. That's crazy, actually. As I am recording this video, it says there's one video, and it is the live stream. Wow, that was unexpected. But what I was going to say is that there was no videos. You know, she hasn't uploaded an actual video for 5 months. So even with YouTube, I feel that she was not realizing the level of luck that she had, and the fact that she was able to upload a video and have, you know, between 30 to maybe 100,000 people, depending on what the video was titled, really, let's be real, watch those videos, and she was able to monetize that. And I think once she decided to start live streaming and she realized how that was even easier, she was able to do that. And I don't know, I'm curious to see, because there are obviously other live stream platforms. I don't know. I mean, knowing Amberlynn, I wouldn't be surprised if she's already been kind of taken off of a lot of those platforms, like the Twitches and other stuff. But there are definitely plenty of other live stream platforms that she could look forward to. But honestly, like, I think that this could be a good thing and a chance for her to really focus on her physical health and get out of this spotlight, because I've always said, right, that the fact that she has such a platform and has so many people giving their opinions and talking about her, I think that that has been a net negative for her. I think for her, it's hard for her to admit that, because obviously it has been her income. It's allowed her to live a life that she wasn't able to live before, and I completely understand that. I have a very similar story to Amberlynn as far as growing up in low income and stuff like that. So I get it. But I'm trying to look at the positive here, because I think that there could be some good that comes out of this. I think Amberlynn getting out of the spotlight, if she truly does that, I honestly doubt that that's what's going to happen here. I think that I think that it'll be very hard for her to really try and just completely, disappear. I think that there will be always a way that she tries to monetize, those platforms. But if she does decide, you know what, I'm going to stick to my job that she had at the typing factory, or whatever that job was that she said that she was doing. But if she really does decide, you know what, I'm going to get a regular 9 to 5, or maybe even it's a at-home job where she's working at home and, doing customer service or doing typing stuff. I don't know. Where she's able to work from home, because I think that, working at an office would probably be difficult for her, at least for the size that she is now. But who knows, maybe this will motivate her to actually lose the weight so she can enter the workforce once again and, try and become a quote unquote more normal person. I think that could be good for her. Do I think that that's going to happen? I don't know. Do I think that most likely she will lick her wounds and try and come back to YouTube, either that being a different channel or just trying to, ride this wave a little bit and then reapply for monetization when that time frame, I think it's 90 days or whatever, when that ends? I think that's most likely what she will do. But I think that this could be a catalyst for change. I'm not saying that it's definitely going to happen, but I think that it could be. But I felt like that I kind of almost had to, make a video about this, because we have talked about Amberlynn so many times. She is the co-host of the channel. And, it seems that at least currently, who knows how long this is going to last, she is not going to be on the platform anymore. And so it truly is the end of an era, as she said in this final piece of content that is left on her channel. It really is the end of an era. So we will see what happens. That's what we know right now. But I'm curious to see what y'all think. Leave it down in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.